So you guys can check out what's new on the Skims swim site. I feel like all the cute stuff and I guess more of the popular colors and the sizes will obviously sell out first, but I noticed that they kind of added some older pieces from earlier in the year in my size, so that's why I snagged these. For reference, I'm a size medium, so medium for the top and then medium for the bottoms. The first one that I picked up is probably my favorite set from this entire video. This one was sold out initially and it was in stock in one size, which was my size, and that's when I snagged the last one. And this one is their signature swim tie bikini bottom, and it's in their airbrush beach scene print. And they had some really cute cover-ups that matched this print, and I still have my eye. I added myself to the waiting list because I feel like it's giving Miami vibes. I'm trying to go to Miami this year, specifically this summer, to go to the Gymshark gym, and I just felt like this would be perfect. And it's so different than all the other Skims swim that I have that's just, you know, the cocoa color and like the beigey shades that look like your skin tone, and they're just kind of, you know, good staples, but I've had them for several years. They've held up really nicely over time, so I do think pretty similar in the crotch space, and then on the glute space, it's enough coverage for me. Again, I don't like the thong bottoms. Personally, I don't feel comfortable in that silhouette, and I don't like when bottoms are too wide or too high cut because I have a short glutes and I have a shorter torso. But I also have very muscular legs, so the fit in general of swimwear is kind of a headache for me. But that's why I always tend to go back to the Skims, because they are made, I feel like, for shorter glutes, and there's enough coverage where it's not giving diaper booty, but it's also not giving too skimpy, if you will. And I like that you can tie the bottoms on this side to get the perfect fit for you. So very customizable. The front, I feel like, very covered in all the areas, and it's just very comfortable. It never slips or slides, and I actually swim laps and stuff in the summertime, so these I always find to be a tried and true bikini set to wear. And then for the top, I always go for the same silhouette because I just know what works for my body type. And this one is again in the beach scene size medium, and it's just their signature triangle top. So pretty with the contrast stitching of like the baby blue. I thought that was really nice, but right away I could see a little, can you see that? A little thread sticking out. We already knew what happened with Kylie swim. Yeah, you gotta inspect your stuff because you just never know. And this still looks a million times better than that tangerine bikini that I purchased last year. So I'll just snip that little thread off. That seems to be the only thing that's different. I will say with this particular print, it is a little bit different with the ties. Like if you see the tie on the side, it goes into a very point and more skinny into the actual string for the bottom. And for swimwear in general, it can be really expensive, but I feel like this is a good price point for what you're getting. The stitching on this looks pretty good. I've tried the tie bottoms. So one. So look number 2 is this really cute two-piece sunflower vibe. Actually, all of the bathing suits in this haul is gonna be a two-piece. I couldn't really find any one pieces that I really liked. Anyway, this bikini, it's funny because I didn't know how I felt about it at first, but then when I put it on, I'm absolutely in love with it. I love the colors. It's super vibrant and it's super comfortable. It has this like ruffled ruching pattern going on. You can't really see it as much, but the details are there. I think as far as coverage, I would say this is more on the cheekier side, and it doesn't tie or anything like that. The only place that it ties is in the back. You don't have to worry about any lifting in the back, so I really like this one.
I am completely in my Barbie bag, okay? When I saw this, I was like, okay, this is very much gonna give body, very much sex appeal. You know, it's a one piece, but it still gives, honey, because it gives the deep cut here. As you can see, it exposes the cleavage, and then it's very high waist, which we love. We love a good high waist. Yes, girl. 10 out of 10 recommend for the moms, honey. baby. And then you see what I'm saying? Like you have stretch marks on your stomach. This cures all of that. You know what I mean? This hides all of that. And still just keep the focus up here, guys. That's what we want as moms. You know, we got little stretch marks. We bear these kids for y'all, you know, reproducing in this world. So we working on our mom bod, but we can still give. Just keep the focus up here, honey. Keep it up here. Okay, so as if this bathing suit was already not affordable. This is a $12 bathing suit originally, okay? $12, guys. After my code, it was $9.89. So really, a $10 bathing suit, you really can't get any much better than this. Let's try to zhuzh this up a little bit and see, I mean, like as if it's not already giving, but let's just see what we can do.
Are the like original ones where they go into a bulkier seam here on the ends. So I would just say the beach one is a little bit more minimal. It still fits the same as this tie bottom, and this one is a really pretty print. They also came out with a brighter blue and green combo with the snake pattern, and this one is in the forest ombre snake in the dipped tie bottom size medium. So the only difference again from this tie bottom silhouette to the beach scene, because they're listed under different things and I see why, is it's just a little bit more minimal. I do like this. I like them both. And I didn't find them to fit, like I said, any differently coverage wise on the front or on the back, but I absolutely love this print. I felt like it looked really pretty on the model, and I think this will look amazing when I'm deeper in color and you got a little body oil on. So again, you can tie it and adjust it on the sides there, and this one has some yellow and some green going through the pattern. So I just feel like wearable. So for that set, you guys see me wearing in the try on the matching tie bikini top. I always like to size up even though I have a small chest, because you can cinch it at the bottom. I would just prefer to have more coverage than too little coverage, and have more to stretch out if I want to make it more family friendly, or if you really want to get those minimal tan lines, you know, you can cinch it really small. I've tried the size small before. Again, it's pretty similar in size in comparison to the size up in the medium, but it's just personal preference. If they don't have your size available and maybe you really like that print, I think you could either size up or size down, just depending on what you're comfortable with. These also do not have any sort of cut pads in them. These are truly very minimal, and there's not even a slit to add your own. So keep that in mind. In some of the lighter, brighter shades, you might be able to see some nippage or, you know, an outline underneath, but in these prints, I don't think you have any worries with that. Again, I never really care about that because it doesn't bother me, but I did want to point that out in case you guys have never tried the Skims swim before. Same thing here. I see some like raggedy threads on the inside of the top. They are also double lined, and I never find that these are like see-through or anything, at least in the colors that I've tried. But again, the top is $44 and then the bottoms are also $44. This is just so fun and so different to all the other swim that they've come out with in the past, and to introduce more patterns and prints I think is just so fun. Especially having a pattern in a neutral, I think is going to be really...
It's actually a two-piece bikini. Even though it does look like a one-piece, it is not. So I really like the shimmery pattern that it has. And what really attracted me to this swimsuit was the little heart embellishments that it has on it. In terms of coverage, I would say this bikini has a more medium coverage. I personally would have sized down on the bottoms. As you can see, it is a little big, but still a really cute swimsuit.
It's the next bathing suit, and as you can see, it's Jamaica vibes. But I just love it. I think it's so cute. It's very, very basic. It just has the basic colors, and it's like color blocking. And that's pretty much as simple as I want it to get anyway, because I probably will only wear this bathing suit a handful of times. You know what I mean? So originally, this bathing suit cost $10.49. After the code, the bathing suit was $8.73. So yeah, like I said, very, very, very affordable. It is very, very, very small, okay? On the site, it says it's a thong bathing suit, and take it for what it says, okay? Because this is strictly a thong bathing suit. It's a very, very little. I literally hiked it up a little bit as much as I could. I would rather it be a little higher than this, but yeah, like, see, I like to have my bathing suits this high. However, If I have it this high, you're gonna see my crack in the bag because it goes lower because it's not much of a bottom piece. And this is a size large. But yeah, guys, so this is pretty much, you know, just the gist of this bathing suit. As you guys saw in the vlog, I just added some black biker shorts over it, threw my hair up in a ponytail and kept it moving because we were actually on an excursion. Hey guys, so
this one is really cute, you guys. I saw this in white available, but I know me with tanning oil, sitting on chairs, and I don't know, maybe I'll spill something on myself. I knew that was not going to work for me. So I ended up grabbing the dip tie bottoms and the almond bandana. Also in a size medium. I have the almond normal set, and I was like, ooh, I could mix and match these two together if I don't want to have a matching set. So again, this one, really great coverage, same as the other ones. Same full coverage in the front. I tend to get away with wearing it, otherwise you kind of look naked, and I don't really always enjoy that, but this is going to be fun, like I said, to mix and match. And it has black, so if you have like a black basic top, I think, or even a white one, you could also mix and match that with this piece. And I definitely want to get my hands on just the basic black bikini set that they have, and the stitching on this one looks pretty good as well this time around. Good job for the majority of these pieces. It's looking pretty good, pretty promising. And then of course I grabbed the little top. See how minimal it just looks? Like, ain't no way, looking at this is a medium. But that's what I'm saying. You could always size up, or if you just want an itty bitty slither of coverage, you can go with a smaller size. And obviously with being able to tie it, you still get that custom fit. You know, maybe you'll get extra length, and that's always cool too. So all in all, I really like the prints that they have. I'm interested to see if they will be coming out with any more as we get closer to summertime. And they also have matching accessories, which I always love to grab a new beach towel that matches. They have one for the melon that I have my eye on. It's in my cart right now. And I just love to have a matching bikini with a matching swim towel. So I just wanted to show you how minimal you could get these. Like, you could really get minimal even with a size medium. It is a neutral. I feel like this is closer to my skin tone, so having the pattern is really nice. Sometimes whenever I'm wearing just the almond one, I have to be a certain bit of tan.
Guys, so look number one is this really cute two-piece string bikini. I really like the colors in this swimsuit and the little tie-dye pattern that it has going on. With this bathing suit, it does tie on both sides like your regular triangle or string bikini would. In terms of coverage, I would say it is a medium coverage, even though I typically opt for coverage. Even though I typically opt for a cheekier bikini, this one was perfect. So usually with all of my bikinis, I have to size up on the top because I am heavier set. But this top actually fit me perfect. It's super comfortable. I don't feel like I'm about to have a nip slip or a boob is about to fall out.